we were discussing about sources of business finance. In that chapter, we have so far discussed about retained earnings, then shares, that is equity shares, preference shares and debentures. Today, we are going to discuss two of the borrowed sources of finance, that is commercial banks and financial institutions. Commercial banks and financial institutions are one of the majority of major sources of borrowed finance, commercial banks and financial institutions. Let us see what are the various ways from which we can get the finance from commercial banks and these financial institutions. So let us discuss first about commercial banks. Commercial banks. Commercial banks gives us various help, financial help for the business organizations in the form of various services. Say we can say about cash credit. Cash credit, that means one of the short-term financial facility. That means within a cash will be given credit for a few days, say 10 to 15 days or something like that. Or otherwise, we can take overdraft. Overdraft facility is there. That means we can withdraw money more than that is there in the account. For the extra money we withdraw, we have to pay interest. Then apart from that, bank gives term loans. Term loans like short-term and medium-term loans. These are the two types of term loans given by the commercial banks. You give short-term loans for a period of 1 year and a medium-term loan for a period of 1 year to 5 years. Or sometimes maybe up to 3 years or sometimes maybe up to 5 years. Then we can discount the bill of exchange. Discounting bill of exchange. That means we can discount the bill which is received from our customers with the bank for an immediate need of money. Then we can get letter of credit from commercial banks. This is also a document from by which we can borrow money from commercial banks. That means letter of credit says that bank gives guarantee or assurance that this you can give credit up to this much amount to this person because that much guarantee will be. That means bank gives guarantee to its customers for borrowing money from others. Okay, so that is another important facilities. So these are the various facilities we can obtain from commercial banks as a business unit. So if we have a business unit, we can have cash credit or overdraft facility. We can obtain medium and short-term loans. Then we can obtain the facility of discounting of bill of exchange or letter of credit. So these are the various facilities given by the commercial banks. Now let us see what are the merits of commercial banks. Merits or advantages. We can say one of the advantages, that is timely assistance. Timely assistance. What assistance will give? Timely assistance by providing funds as and when it is needed. Whenever we are in need of an urgent money, we can immediately meet our banker. He will be ready to give the money. So that is the most important benefit. But it is timely assistance. Bank will provide timely assistance by providing funds as and when it is needed. That is important. Another one, secrecy of the main business can be maintained. Because see, suppose we are borrowing money from a commercial bank. Commercial bank will not tell anybody that this business has borrowed money from us. So the borrowing or the taking of loan will be kept secret by the commercial bank. Commercial bank never reveals anything about its customers to others. So we can believe the bank because bank maintains secrecy of the business. Secrecy of the business can be maintained. That is one of the important things. Then another one is less formalities. There is least formalities for taking loan from a commercial bank. Certain documents have to be signed and should give proper surety to the bank. That's enough. If you compare with the issue of shares or debentures, there arise lot of formalities. For the issue of shares, we have to give advertisement. Before that, we have to get the permission from the company logo. And we have to get the permission from SEBI. Then we have to register our shares in the stock exchange. And after that, we have to give the advertisement in the newspaper. That means prospectus. Okay. So like that, lot of procedures are there, formalities are there for taking or for obtaining money by issue of shares or debentures also. But that much formality is not there for taking loan from a commercial bank. There are least formalities. And this is a flexible source. Commercial bank is a flexible source of taking loan or obtaining finance. Why it is a flexible source? It is flexible because the amount can be increased or decreased at any time. Suppose we have applied for a loan for a certain amount of loan, for example 5 lakh rupees. So after paying 1 or 2 installment, if we feel that we have to increase the amount, and if the bank finds that it is justifiable or the person is believable or the business unit is believable, bank may extend the credit, increase the amount of credit. So it is a flexible source of raising the finance because the amount can be increased at any time. The amount of loan can be increased at any time. So these are the various merits of commercial banks. Now let us discuss what are the demerits. Demerits of commercial banks. Demerits of commercial banks. First one, we can say that funds are generally available for a short period of time. Commercial banks provides funds for a short period of time. So that is another one of the important demerits. Funds are available for a short period of time. Commercial banks provides funds for a short period of time. Loans are provided for a short period of time. So if you see any of these things, cash credit will be given for a short period of time. Overdraft facility also can be enjoyed for a short period of time. Then after that, short-term loan, medium-term loan, discounting of bill of exchange, letter of credit, all these things, these facilities can be available or available for a short period of time only. For a maximum of 5 years, including that medium-term loans. So other than the loans, all other facilities will be for a period of 1 year. Next, 1 year, maximum 1 year. So funds are available for a short period of time. That is one of the demerits. Another one is bank makes detailed information, detailed investigation before granting loan. So that is another important demerit. Bank makes detailed investigation. Before granting loan or before providing any of these facilities, bank will make a detailed investigation, because bank should not lose the money. So in order to assure the return of money, bank makes detailed investigation. So just like that timely assistance we have told, what immediate receipt of money we have told, even if it is saying that immediately bank will use the money, before that bank makes detailed investigation about the financial background, paying capacity, credit worthiness, etc. of the business. After that only bank grants money. Then another important problem is that difficult terms and conditions will be imposed. Difficult terms and conditions will be imposed. Sometimes bank imposes difficult terms and conditions. Bank sometimes say that since you have borrowed money from us, hereafter without our permission should not borrow money from anybody, because bank has to assure repayment of money. So bank may say that before taking loan from anybody else, you should get our permission. That is one thing. And may say that should not give dividend to shareholders before or beyond this much percentage. Should not give dividend to shareholders beyond a certain percentage. That also sometimes this commercial banks. So these are all the merits and demerits of obtaining finance from commercial banks. Now let us discuss the next category, that is financial institutions. Financial institutions. See, just like the commercial banks, financial institutions are another category which extends finance or borrowed funds to the business organizations. You may be thinking that commercial banks are also financial institutions. Okay. Of course, commercial banks are also financial institutions play. But here the difference between commercial banks and financial institutions is that the most important difference is that commercial banks provide short-term and medium-term loans, but financial institution grants long-term finance for the developmental activities of business organization. So, since it is giving long-term loans for the developmental activities, these financial institutions are otherwise called developmental banks. Development banks. Okay, financial institutions or development banks. There are a lot of development banks are there in our country. For example, Industrial Finance Corporation of India. Then IDBI. What is IDBI? Industrial Development Bank of India. Then State Finance Corporation, SFC, or State Finance Corporation of India. Then ICICI, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India is there. Then like that, Unit Trust of India, UTI is there. Then Life Insurance Corporation of India is there. So these are all the various financial institutions which extends long-term loans, even medium-term loans and long-term loans for the development of industries in the country. Okay, so financial institutions are those organizations commonly called as development banks, extend medium and long-term loans for industrial and business purposes. So what are the merits of obtaining loan from financial institutions? That's what we are going to discuss now. What are the merits? Financial bank provides long-term finance and which are not provided by the commercial banks. That is the most important thing. But provides long-term loans. Financial institution provides long-term loans which are not provided by the commercial banks. That is the most important merit, one of the merits. And another one is that besides providing funds, it provides various other facilities also, which are there besides providing funds, provides managerial, then financial and technical advices. So besides providing funds, these banks provides managerial advices, financial advices and technical advices for the development of the business. So even we can submit our project report or report related to starting of a new business organization or diversing the business organization or improving the business organization. If we submit the project related to that to any of these developmental institutions, they will support us. Sometimes by helping us some managerial support or technical advice will be given, or sometimes by seeing that project, if they feel it is good, they will grant some loan also for starting that business organization. So such a type of facilities may not be obtained from commercial banks. Then another important benefit is that it increases the goodwill. It increases the goodwill. How it increases the goodwill? So if developmental banks grants loan to the business organization, it adds to goodwill, because easily these organizations will not give any loan to any of the business organization. If this financial organization provides any loan to business organization, it means that that business organization is a good business organization, or a chance of development is there for that business organization, or that business organization is doing well. That's why the financial organization, financial institutions or developmental banks help these business organizations. So it increases the goodwill. Okay. Then another benefit is that the repayment of loan will be made easy with easy installments. So that is another important thing. Easy installments in repayment of loan. That means financial institution provides us easy installments for repaying the loan amount. In easy installment it can be repaid. So it reduces the burden. Easy installment means amount of installment, amount in each installment will be less and we will get more period of time for repayment of loan. So it reduces the burden. And the last one we can say that these funds are available during period of depression also. Okay? Funds are made available even during depression also. Depression means when there is financial crisis, when there is less demand for the product or no demand for the product. In depression there will be least demand, or demand for the product will be less. So we have to cut short the production. So that means we will be in a difficult situation. So in that difficult situation also, that means in this depression state also, we can approach the development bank for obtaining the finance. So at that time, commercial bank may not help us, but developmental banks may help us. So these are the various merits of financial institutions. Now let us say what are the demerits. Demerits of financial institutions. See, the most important demerit of financial institution is that financial institutions follow rigid criteria for granting of loan. That is, follow rigid criteria for the grant of loan. So they will go through all the aspects of the business, and after that only they will grant the loan. That's what we have told. If we want to obtain loan, first of all we have to submit our project report. What is our plan? What is the present condition? So whatever they ask, we have to submit them. Various reports we have to submit. Our financial accounts details should be submitted. So after going through all these things, if they satisfy, only they will give the loan. So they follow rigid criteria for the grant of loan. That is one of the important demerit or limitation. Another important thing is certain restrictions are imposed, like commercial banks. Here also certain restrictions are imposed. Okay. Financial institution imposes certain restrictions, just like restrictions for the dividend payment, or restrictions on taking further loans from any other institutions, any other commercial banks or any other sources. So like that, various restrictions will be imposed by financial institutions. That we have told regarding commercial banks also. Just like commercial banks, here also developmental banks also imposes certain restrictions. Okay. Then next we can see the third point. Financial institutions may have their own nominees in the board of directors of the business. So they appoint nominees. That means financial institutions sometimes appoint their nominees as one of the board of directors in the business organization. Business organization means the business organization which has taken loan from developmental banks. That means if a business organization takes loan from financial institutions, sometimes they will appoint their nominees in the board of directors of this business. What will be the problem? This nominee will interfere all the activities of the business, and he directs all the activities of the business. Without his consent, we cannot take any decision or do any activities. So in that way, close control over the business will be exercised by the financial institution. So this is all about financial institution, its merits and demerits. Today we have discussed about commercial banks and financial institutions as a source of business finance. Okay, so you can go through these points once again, because these two things, commercial banks and financial institutions, are important topics in the chapter source of business finance. Okay.